Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome you guys to the channel. It's your boy Big Dog back with another one take review. Today I got one for Sweet Tooth, which is a series that dropped on Netflix, which is attached and part of the DC umbrella, under the DC umbrella, which is basically about this kid who's a hybrid between humans and animals. Who the simple thing is this: the kid has been sheltered his entire life and he want to go search for his mother in a world that wants to kill him. This has to, I'm let y'all know right now, this is probably one of my favorite shows of the year so far. I love every single thing about this. Like the lead kid is played by Christian Convert. I think that's how you pronounce his name. He plays a hybrid kid named Gus, who is part human, part deer. And if you don't know, I have to like include spoilers in these reviews for certain stuff like this. But if you're asking for, I'll give you a quick recommendation. Definitely go watch it out. Like I said, it's one of the best things I've seen this year, from top to bottom. When anything about this show that I didn't like, you know what I'm saying? It's top tier. Because the reason I actually watched it because I saw somebody mention it, and I was just like, I saw the trailer. Well, no, I didn't watch the trailer, but I saw the cover of the trailer, and I saw it was DC. I was just like, this. I just saw the kid with antlers, and I'm like, man, this doesn't look like something I'm interested in at all. And I'm probably not gonna watch this, right? So last night I was chilling. Might have been like 12, 1 o'clock. I said, man, let me try Sweet Tooth. I heard some good things, and people were saying like this is of the caliber of Watchmen, Doom Patrol, Stargirl, Superman, and Lois. So I'm like, those are some of my favorite DC shows. Once you said Watchmen, you already had me in the door. Then you mentioned Stargirl, which is one of my favorite, probably my favorite show they have coming on CW right now. So I'm like, okay, let's see what they talking about. I started watching it last night. I had to force myself to stop and actually like go to sleep. I ain't go to sleep till like 5 o'clock in the morning. And so I got up this morning and I rewatched well, not rewatched, but I finished the last 3 episodes. It it does such a great job in what it does, and I like that, like you have this disease that hits, and like many people are dying behind it, and they think. And like everybody brings these hybrid because he's not the only hybrid. There are a bunch of other hybrid children. At some point, at a point in time, nothing but hybrid children were being born, no one else. So you think like, okay, nature's pretty much like eliminating us and like bringing in a new species. And so you have the people who call the last men, who are like trying to kill them, like because they fought the hybrids. They don't even know. They just like these things happen around the same time. So we have to. Well, of course, we're going to assume it was them. You have this person who accompanies him on this journey to find his mother, who lives in Colorado. I can't quite remember exactly where they were placed at, but playing Big Man. His name is Jeopard, but like I just Gus call him Big Man, so that's what I'm gonna call him. Like he's like very resistant at first, and really doesn't like want to bring him with him. But he did want. He was looking out for him. Like basically told him like all the things he need to do to stay safe and stay out the way. You know, but it eventually like accompanies him, and they go through some stuff. You see Gus have to kill people to protect. I mean, not Gus. You see, Big Man has to kill people to protect Gus because people are going. If they get Gus, they're going to either kill him or experiment on him, which will result in his death either way. And it's not even just him. There's other people who have storylines. We have Dr. Singh, who we have to see like how his wife is affected by the disease is called the sick. She's affected. He has to like protect her. He used to be a doctor and he used to love being a doctor, but it's got more. It got tough on him when like certain diseases started coming. You have Amy, who's also somebody who's was affected by this, and she ends up getting a kid who that's a hybrid, and it's just so many different intricacies that sprinkle out through, and so much connectivity. Because I like the story basically tells you like, hey, this is where these people's stories start, but you know eventually by the end they'll connect with each other, and they do, and they connect in a way that's so interesting at the end that you can't help but wait for season 2. Now, I think the character that I honestly got so connected to the most, and I can't relate to, but I got connected to, is Gus. It's like Gus is like the most innocent little creature, or just, well, I don't even call him creature, innocent little kid that you've ever seen, and like you never want anything bad to happen to him. There was times where I was just watching them talking to the TV like stay down, Gus. Be quiet, Gus. I'm talking to the TV because I'm that much invested in this guy or this little kid, and I want him to win. Anytime something bad happens to him, I'm just kind of like nervous. Like, man, like you get sad when Gus is sad. Like he happened when he happened. Like it's just somebody who hasn't seen the world, who's suffered more than he should have, and is getting blamed for something he has no control over, or honestly had nothing to do with. Like, so by the end of the series, once you get to finally where his mother's home is, like you're kind of like you're nervous. You're nervous obviously because you don't know if his mom's gonna be there, but you're also you're kind of optimistic because like he has this light to him. You know what I'm saying? And not many people have that, but it's like once you see somebody that has that light, that like when they're around, it's just like brighten up your day or just make you smile. And that's definitely what Gus is. You kind of just want things to go in his favor. And then he learns the truth about himself, and like you're sad for him, but you still want Big Man to come back and chill with him. And I like the character of Bear. You kind of understand where they come from, where she comes from, and then her friends turn on her, and where she back to square one with no one. I mean, so many people. Wendy, the little girl, Amy's little girl, with she has the pig nose. When you just like, okay, what's the connectivity? Then you find out that like Wendy is actually Barry's sister that she's been looking for, and then they all captured. Once they captured the kids, I was kind of like, I was throwing a fit. I was throwing a fit. When that happened, when Gus got, or not Gus, I keep saying Gus. When Big Man got shot, I was throwing a fit. Like when like from the first episode when Gus throws his dog into like the fire, and then he goes back and gets it, and just like it's like Gus, like everybody get mad at the time to when Big Man goes to puts his life on line just to save dog. And there's so much stuff where you just great storytelling throughout, and the tension is always high because you never know exactly if they're going to get out of a situation or not. Because there are some very tough situations. Like I said, if anybody, a lot of people in the world blame them for what happened to the world. So, and you have this kid who's just as innocent as he can be, and like you just really wondering, like, yo, I don't want anything happening to him. And so when you get to this last episode and he gets captured, I had to pause and I walked outside. I'm like, because I was extremely angry. I'm like, the villain of this thing. I can't recognize him because they just call him the general. They're just gonna call him the general. So once he captured Gus, I was pretty pissed because like one, Gus just saw Big Man get hurt, and the sound of bullets or just gunshots or like hurt Gus's ears because like his sense of hearing, the smell, everything is heightened. So I'm just like, protect Gus at all costs, and like you just seeing him sad, blood on his hands, like kind of you don't know what to think. And I'm watching it and I'm looking and I'm like, it's only 18 minutes left in the episode. I'm like, you mean to tell me I'm finna have to end this season like this? Well, I don't know what's gonna happen to my boy, and like. But the way they end the season, like I said, obviously this has been spoilers up to this point, so everything I'm about to say is obviously spoilers for the end of the show. One, you have Gus locked up with Wendy and the other hybrids, and Dr. Singh is testing on them or cutting them up just to use their bone marrow and other parts of their body, just so he can try to find a cure for this, for the sick. Like, even though it goes against everything he believes in, but at the same time, people that do crazy things for the people that they love. So, like, his wife has the sick, so he's going to do whatever, even if it means experimenting on children. Even though they're hybrid children, shouldn't even matter. He's going to experiment on them just to try to find a cure. You have Bear, who's at Birdie's house, my boy's mama, Gus's mama. Well, quote, it's not his actual mother, but you know, she's the person like pretty much who created him. And she finally gets connected with her. Amy says, "Big man," so they can like get their stuff together and go save the kids. It's just like all those things are just going, and you just completely locked in, and like you can't wait to see what happens. There are a lot of series that get canceled on Netflix after the first season, but I think this one is one that's landed critically and with the fans. So I'm hoping they hurry up and announce for season 2. They canceled Jupiter's Legacy. That one didn't really like land with like some fans, and definitely not with critics. Teenage Bounty Hunters is one that I felt like shouldn't have been canceled. So is I'm Not Okay With This. You know what I'm saying? A couple of films, shows that just Netflix are just canned after the first season, that like had still story left to tell. This is one where if it get canceled, yeah, I'm pretty much done with Netflix. Like this, like I said, one of the best shows I've seen, probably period. And I won't be surprised if I go back and rewatch this whole series again from beginning to end, just because I thought it was that good, man. Like, so if obviously at this point, you've probably seen it because this was a spoiler review, but if not, check it out, man. It's definitely worth your time, and it's different. It's not action packed, or you're not gonna get up no fight scenes or nothing like that. It's just like a great story about a kid who's just trying to find his way in the world and get connected with people who he feels loves him. All right. So yeah, you guys let me know what y'all thought about it down in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you guys staying safe, and I'll catch up with you guys later. Peace.